Hello, my name is Peter Carney and I'm the Product Director for Developer Platforms here at WAC. In this short video, we're going to explore one of the tools that we provide to allow you to build your network API keys. So when you first log into the wacapps.net website, you'll arrive on the developer dashboard page. To get to the tools, you can either navigate via the left-hand navigation here to create payment API keys, or the other way of getting there is to click at the top here, WAC APIs, WAC Payment API, and then under the Tools section, you can see a couple of options here. There's Create and Manage. Now, basically, the first time you want to create a new app for use with network APIs, you need to go to the Create Payment API Key section. This is a very quick way of getting the keys that you need to embed within your app. The entire process should take no more than 5 minutes. So we're going to start by doing that. So we're going to click on Create Payment API Key. There's information before you start to help you get going. You can view our T's and C's, get information or additional tutorials. We're going to skip that right now and get stuck straight in. So to give us some context, what we're going to do is produce a very basic app which will allow a user or a subscriber to buy wallpapers for their phone. So these are the images here which we're going to allow to be purchased and set as wallpapers. So we've got an Andy Warhol style image, we've got a cube, and we've got a Lego style image. So we'll use those a little bit later, but that's to set the context. So the end user will download the app, and inside the app they'll be able to buy these three wallpapers. So going back to the tools page, we're under the Create Payment API Key section, and we need to give our app a name. So we're going to call this app QR Code Wallpaper. We also need to fill in version number, application platform, and description. So version number could be version 1 because it's our first app. The application, we're going to make this an Android app, and the description is a brief description of what the app will actually do. So I'm going to go ahead and fill those in. So we're going to fill in here, we're going to call this allows you to buy QR code based wallpaper. We then simply click on the next step. Now actually I should point out at this point we need to decide whether our app is going to be a web-based app like HTML5 or an Android-based app, which is the case. This is the case. So we're going to click no, it's not a web-based app, so we click next. There's another tip there. So it's basically telling me that I can save and save and exit any time and then resume if I want to later, but we're going to skip that. So we now need to go ahead and set up our product items. If I refer you back to the items we've got here, we've got three different wallpapers. The reason I've got 6 items showing here is that in each case I've got a little thumbnail of each one and also the main image. But we're going to so essentially we've got 3 items here. So let's go ahead and set up those product items. So the first item I'm going to call Andy, and I'm going to click Create. So this has now created one product item, which has been given a default placeholder icon. We're going to go ahead and create the cube now, which is the other one, the other item, create that, and finally we're going to create the Lego style image. So I've set that up. So we've now got 3 product items created, and we can click next to proceed to the next step. So the next step at this point is to select the markets in which we'd like to sell our app. So in this case, I'm just going to pick one market. I'm going to select AT&T. You can, of course, expand all of these to sell in other markets, and you can select as many markets as you like. But for the time being, we're just going to go with AT&T. So I've selected that down here. So you can see AT&T's checked there. I can now click the next button to continue. So we can see the 3 product items we'd set up here. in this area of the upload flow, we're now essentially going to set our prices. So we can see that we can't click the next step button here because we need to set our prices for the market we've selected. So we're going to go ahead and click on set prices. This brings up our pricing wizard. What you need to do here is select a currency that you're familiar with. So I'm in the UK, so I'm going to go ahead and pick UK pounds. And I want to sell this item for, let's say 19 pence, so 0.19. And I click on Suggest Prices. Now what this will then do is go off, we have a direct feed from a currency conversion company, and it's converted 19 pence into the closest price point available for our market AT&T. And it's come up with a price of 31 cents. Now, of course, that's not a particularly attractive price, so I'm gonna go ahead and change that. Although the recommendation is accurate in terms of the current currency conversion, I want to go ahead and change. I'm going to make that 29 cents. So now click OK. And we can now see that the Lego item has been priced accordingly. I can change that as much as I want, but we're going to go on to the next item now. We're going to set the cube. So the cube's a more valuable item for me, so I'm going to select a slightly higher price point. I'm going to make this one £1. So again, I click Suggest Prices. That's converted to $1.6. I think that's a nice attractive number, so I'm going to go ahead with that one and click OK. And then finally, I want to do the Andy Warhol style image, so I'm going to click Set Prices, and I'm going to make this one, let's say, select UK pounds. I'm going to make this 50p. Once again, it's converted that to be $0.81, so I want to change that. I'm going to make that 99 cents. So I've clicked OK. We can see our three items. We've set the prices up. We can now click Next. And we can scroll down and review all of the details about our items we've created. We can see we've got three items with product codes. They need to, of course, get embedded within the app later. And we've set one market. So let's go ahead and create our payment API keys. So we click this button at the bottom here. And there we go. We've got the various numbers and codes that we'll need to use with the SDK to embed within the app to make the app payment enabled. The keys, of course, you can cut and paste them directly from here into your app if you like. You can also print them, and you can have them emailed to your developer account. So we've now built our app. If we go and click, go ahead and click on Manage now. There's another tip there, but we'll ignore that. So we can now see in our Manage section that we've got this app created called QR Code Wallpaper, and it's in so-called test status. That means that we go ahead and embed the keys in our app. When we come to test the app, it'll hit our test system. Therefore, you won't actually make real charges at this point. We'll talk a bit later about how you move from test into live status and certified status, but for the moment, we're currently in test. So here's our app. We can click on it here. And we can see app details again up here. The product details, we've got our three items, and we've got the market, AT&T in the USA is the place we'd like to sell it. So at this point, clicking on Manage, as I said, we can go off and see our app here. And we've got these three product items. Also at this point, you're free at this time to add more markets, so you can click on the Manage Markets item if you want. You can select additional markets, add if you like, or delete them. So you're free to change anything you like at this point, so we'll cancel that. But the point to note is that at this time, the three product items have got the default WAC logo here. So in other words, the end user would see that logo when they buy the items within your app. We, of course, don't want to do that. We want to customize it to use our own icons. So what we need to do here is click Edit, and we want to change the default product item to our own. So we're going to go ahead and find the folder where we stored the icons, and here we have the small and large images. So this item, which is the Andy Warhol one, we need to upload the Andy image and click OK. And we can now see that the image has been changed to our own. I'll go ahead and change the other ones. So we can now clearly see here under the product details, we've got our three items we're selling, Andy, Cube and Lego, and we've got our own bespoke graphics there. So at this point, we can simply take the application ID, client ID, shared secret and redirect URI and embed those using the WAC SDK into our app, and then load the app onto a handset, and it'll work, it'll run. So this is a good point. We should talk about the status. So the app here has got something called status test. That essentially means that whenever the app makes a call to our system, it will hit our sandbox test environment, and it will allow you to test your app and try purchases. They won't, of course, actually generate any live billing requests to the operator, but they will allow you to get through the app and see the purchase pages and all that sort of thing. So that's the end of this part of the video. The next step, of course, once you're happy with your app, will be to get certified. You can click Get Certified up here, but we'll cover that in a different video. So right now, you've created your product items, you've created an app within App Payments, you've embedded the various keys within your app, and you're all ready to test and spend some time doing that. So wish you good luck with the testing, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks very much.